Hello everybody, here again, another week gone by. I hope you're all well. Today we're going to be painting trees, and the technique of how to paint trees. There are, although I've done 3 trees here, what we'll be doing. One's the oak, one's the maple, one's the birch. They still, even though they are different types of trees, the technique is more or less that I use is the same. Okay, so excuse me, let's get started. Nice and close so you can see what I'm doing. Right, first of all we need to do the trunk. Okay. The trunk of the maple, if you look, it's only short. It's only got a short. It's only short there, and it's only short there. So the trunks are all very short, apart from the birch, which is quite tall. So bear that in mind. And the maple is very much like a V shape. So I'll just do the nice dark colour for mixing. Right, so okay, just go out a little bit at the bottom. You see that? Just go a bit nearer. Okay. And just get your. They're all thin brushes I'm using today, and this is one of the occasions when when we was first starting. If you look to the first video, you'll see that how versatile acrylic was. This is one of the occasions when you want to use a lot of water, okay, because if you're doing branches, you've got to the brush has got to kind of flow, so you're going to go like that. Very, when you're doing branches, it's very lightly. You're going to come out very lightly, right to the top. Just get your shape. It's like a V shape. If you have trouble with getting the shape, then just draw like a V and a pencil. You can always rub it out afterwards. Okay, just take that out. This one coming down there, coming down there a little bit. Okay. Down there. A few dibs and dabs. You won't see that when it's done. Okay. Now you want to be making some greens. Alright, like I've shown you before, so it's yellow, and blue. You want different grades of green. Alright, there's one. One is darker. Because when you're doing trees, you want it more blue into that. If you put more blue in, see the different the colours of green. So you've got very light one there, and you've got like a greeny bluey colour, a little bit more green into, a little bit more yellow into that. Fetch out that green. And if it's not quite, if it's too bright, dull it down with your red. So I have got a little bit of red there as well. It's a nice dark colour. I want even a darker one over here. Because like I was saying, like I've said, and you'll hear me say it quite a lot, you've got to have your dark to show your light. Okay. So we're going to be doing a nice dark colour. It's not black, although I've put a little teeny little bit of black in it. It's not black. Never use black on its own. If you use black on its own, it's nowhere for you to go. Alright. So you always mix a dark colour. Squash it down, get all that colour off there. Okay, into your stipple brush. I'm using a stipple brush now. You see it? There. Just going to dab it into the dark colour first. Just go here, right now. There we go. How you think all these clumps are. And you can get your shape. Okay, I'll put it down here. You won't see much, doesn't have much trunk, so should have gone over a little bit more really. I've got more rest. Go back into your dark again. You see what I'm doing? I'm banging it quite hard. Alright. You want to see through it, so you don't want to lose that, or just be aware of that. Okay, that's one colour. I'm going to do about 3 different to get the degrees of different colours. So the next one is this darker green. Okay, so we're going to go into that for the next one. Now, it's a bit too severe. Let's put a bit into it. It's better. Right, so we want to still keep the dark. So just be aware that we still want this dark showing. I should have gone over there just a little bit more, but doesn't matter, because it should have come out a little bit more over there. So you see there's hardly any trunk there, and that's what we want. Okay, now you're going to go into your lighter one, which is that one there. So you're building up your colours. Now this time you're going to go lighter still, because you still want to keep that dark. You don't want to lose that, because that's giving you more like a 3D effect really, as you're doing it. It's at the top there. Okay, taking shape now. You can still kind of see through it, just a little bit. Still see them branches a bit there. Okay, you want to go into your even lighter still now, so you're going to take a lot of that yellow, pick up a lot of that yellow. You still got green on your brush. I'm going to dab it. Just be aware that you want to keep you're going to just go very lightly now. You want to keep this dark and the different shades. It's building up now nicely. And that's what you want. If you was doing any, like a maple tree, you know, the red maple or whatever, although you're not doing it in green, you just vary the different degrees of the reds and the browns that you're using, and it will just be exactly the same. So it's the same technique. Okay, so that's one tree. See all the nice different shades there. I think there's about 4 different shades there that you got on there, which gives it that nice depth of colour. That's what you want to be having. Right, so the next one we'll do an oak tree. The oak tree is, again, the oak tree, do a bit further over here this time. You see it there? You can see it there, I think. The oak tree has a very thick trunk, thick and not much of it. Okay, into your other brush again. The thinner brush, see how thin that one is? See how thin it is? That's what you want. So you're having your paint watery again now. This is, what I say, one of the occasions when you want your paint nice and watery. So that allows you, allows you to go. Right, so come right down. The branches far reach out here. It's different shape altogether. All trees are different really, but on the whole, yeah, that's the shape of them. Just we'll have a bigger brush. This is a rigger brush. You see that how thin that is? That's really, really thin. See how nice and thin that is. And usually on the oak tree it has like clumps. That's got clumps, but this has like really clumps on the end. Just go which way ever. But even though you're going which way, it always tends to go up at the end. You know, even there, do you know, it tends to go, because you're going towards the light. Okay. Do a big one in the middle. Using a rigger brush, you've got to, if you want it thick, you press harder. If you want it thin, then you go lighter and lighter and lighter. Just lift your hand off, and that gives you, okay. I'm going to go back into your stipple brush again. Okay, you want this nice dark colour again. Nice dark greeny colour. Okay, so you want a clump there, on there. It's right down here. Kind of reaches right out. That's the shape, entirely different shape. So you're looking more at shapes when you're doing trees, okay. nice dark colour. And the dark to show the light. Remember, you want to be able to see through it, so just bear that in mind. You like, as if you'd like teasing your eye, so you want people to look at different things in your painting. So you're kind of teasing people to say, you know, look at this part and not the other, to make it like realistic. Okay, so it's a nice shape. Let's go up just a little bit here. It's like reaching out towards the sun. Down here, dangling down. Okay, you want to go into your lighter colour, so just like now. So you want your lighter green. Just banging it, you hear me banging it. Okay, so you want to, remember, you want to keep that dark, that nice dark that we've created. We don't want to lose that. Okay, we want to keep that all the time. Over the top, so I'm still keeping this dark, so you'll be able to see the light on it. Big old oak tree, this one. Bit too light that. Dull it down. Remember what I said about if you want to dull green down, just go into your red, because that dulls it down. It'd be darker in the middle here. If it was a tree, it'd be darker here. It'd be darker in the middle. The last little bit then. Okay, you want to go lighter still now, like we did with the other one, like we did with the maple tree. You want to go lighter. You're going lighter. You're only touching it lightly. See where it's got like speckles at the top? That's the one. It's like creating, if you like, leaves that's sticking up. Again, see all the different nice different degrees of green you've got going on there. That's only because you've got your dark underneath. If you didn't have your dark underneath, it wouldn't be anything like this at all. If you was doing a painting, you could just have this, like that nice sunset that we was doing. And it could be like on a hill, the sunset behind it. How cool is that? Okay, so you've got all that different nice lights there. Go even lighter still. You could even add a little bit of white to yellow to make your yellow really zing out. See, so it'd be darker here, so we'll leave that there. Just in a few places, the sun's coming over this way, so we'll have this nice and bright on this side, a bit darker over here. All makes your painting just like that little bit more realistic. Okay, down here, sticking out. Okay, doc, and there's your oak tree. And then I've got time to put a little bit of branches in and bark in. Just put a little bit of bark in. Take a little bit of white, a little bit of brown. So the light, we said the light was coming that way, didn't we? A bit more awkward with the light's coming that way. Leave that side dark. Again, it all adds interest to your painting. Oops. Okay, so the next one we'll have to do a little bit further up because we've run out of space. The next one we'll do is a birch tree. We'll use that brush for the birch. Right, so again we want a nice, oh no, the birch tree has got, it's like a lighty colour, isn't it? It's like, it's got a lot of white in it. So we'll come up here for the birch. Very poley like, very straight, stands up proud. Let's put the light coming this way, so your palette knife. I wanted you to do them mountains last time because it just gets you used to using your palette knife for different things. You just think to yourself, oh, should I use my palette knife there? It'd been a lot easier. If you're not used to using one, it's more difficult. Okay. Could have done a bit neater that, but yeah. Oops. Okay, do some nice branches now. Again, the branches are like a bit weaker. It's a bit of a weak looking tree, I think. Okay, so you'll have like one coming out there. I'm going to use that rigger. If you're going to invest in a good rigger brush, because especially if you're doing seascapes, you know, ships and things like that, it's they're a must really. A while ago I had a thing about doing ships because I couldn't get it right. I kept doing it and doing it and doing it and I got it right in the end. It's like anything, you've got to just persevere with things. Keep going at it and keep looking and studying things and you will get it right. Well, 9 times out of 10 you do. Well, see how different it is. It's got a big long, goes up, everything goes kind of up with it. It's not, doesn't come out like the oak tree. Again, you want a dark, but this time you don't want it dead dark because it doesn't have that much on it really, to be honest. It just goes like, it's very, it's a very weak looking tree. You see that? Just turn it round a little bit more. Yeah, it's a bit of a weedy looking tree, but saying that, the principle's still the same. Unless you're doing an old gnarly tree, which are good to do. I'm degreeing the different degrees of green on it. There's a lot of yellow. Put some more yellow in the palette. No, yellow. Into my yellow. It's like a very yellowy, greeny colour. It still has the dark, but the degree of dark isn't quite as strong. A few coming down there. Really strong yellowy colour. Go down there with that, that's that. Yeah. And then the branches down there. Same with the oak tree. There's all these like tentacle things coming out of the bottom. The roots, very dark. A bit of grass there. go. And there's the trees. I'll just take it back a little bit. I hope that's helped you. We've got the different degrees of trees there. What's that about there? A little bit of the bottom here. If you was doing a painting, it looks so nice. It was on a hill. Right, so there's your trees. Okay, so you've got your maple, your oak, and your silver birch. They're all entirely different shapes, but the technique is more or less is the same. Okay, it's just that's more outwards, and that's more as if it's more of a triangle, and that's tall, very tall. Okay. Stand back and see what you think. Well, I hope that's been helpful for you. I've enjoyed it. So I'll see you next week. Stay in, stay safe, and enjoy your painting. See you next week. Bye.